Hello folks and welcome to the channel, and if you're wondering why you haven't seen any videos on cars recently, well, this is the reason why. But don't worry, soon I will be back with more videos on Old Rusty and the race car. Enjoy! Living on a farm has its merits, and most of the time I do enjoy it. Although there are moments in time that I wish I would live in an apartment. And this is one of these moments. It's cold and rainy. And cutting trees is one of those things I have to do every so often, especially if they are dead. And there's something special about this tree because we don't just cut trees anymore. When a tree dies on us, then we make it into an ecological tree. And this is an ecological tree. In other words, you cut off all the branches so nothing can drop down anymore, but you leave the stem where it is. And this is the perfect habitat for insects. And every 7 years, you have to cut off the branches of those trees. It's a lot of work. But at the end, it's going to look nice again, and now they can grow again, and in another 7 years from now, we just cut the branches again. All the branches that we cut off are now chipped into small pieces, and this is perfect. And I don't let anything go to waste, because all these branches, we chopped them off, and we chipped them up. And this is great stuff to put in between flower beds, but also around trees and so on. It prevents actually the weeds from coming through. So I have a huge pile of this, and I will have a couple more piles very soon. This pretty rough stuff here is actually from the cherry tree. The finer stuff is actually from the willows that we have standing along the road. Destroy your walls, so this was one of the last pieces I had to do. So tomorrow I will clean all this up, and then we have to fix the wall a little bit, and we'll have to trim the hortensias because they're getting a bit too wild and too big. It is really wet and it's getting dark, so maybe it's time to go and work inside the old house, because there the blackbirds have caused some issues in the chimney, and then tomorrow we'll continue outside. I think I did say blackbirds, but in fact those are crows, and they're making their nest in this chimney, and this is an open chimney like you would find on the old farmhouses. The problem is that all these branches fell through while they were trying to make their nest this season, but eventually they succeeded, and now the chimney is blocked, so I need to unblock the chimney. So here's my chimney cleaner. Not that I really need this, but with that I might be able to push out that nest. And I have a couple of rods here, about 5 of them, but I have a second set as well, and I can connect these together until I have a very long connection. But I don't want to do this one right now because you want to do this while you're putting it in the chimney, otherwise that's not going to work. So let's start and see if we can get this nest out of there. All right. number one. I just need to keep connecting these rods together until we reach the top. And most likely I'm going to get a whole bunch of shit on top of my head. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I may have to crawl inside the chimney because the tube is a bit too flexible. So let's say I should put a helmet on because there may be some bricks falling down. You never know in an old chimney. All right. Oh. I've got the nest out of the chimney, and it all came down in one go, and fortunately I didn't have the camera on. But now I'm gonna burn all this stuff up, and hopefully they don't come back very soon. So now the fun part starts. Now let's burn it. I could take it outside as well, but it's cold and wet outside, so I might as well burn it. All right. Now that is what I call a fire. So what more do you want? A roaring fire, a day in nature, and a hot cup of tea. There's nothing more than a man needs. Tomorrow we'll continue in the garden, and then we'll work on the cars. Bye-bye.